When local growers put great food on Tennessee tables, that's living green. Join Live Green Tennessee tonight as we take a night stroll at the Nashville Farmers Market. Plus, we take a look at the restored green home at Knox Heritage and we visit some furry friends with Party Animals Incorporated. All this right here, coming up next on Live Green Tennessee.
This program is brought to you in part by
Tennessee Department of Agriculture. This fall, there's fun worth finding just about every day at Tennessee farms, farmers markets, fairs, and festivals. You'll find corn mazes, pig races, farm animals and friendly faces, honey to eat, and fall colors that are a feast for the eyes. Whether you're looking for the perfect pumpkin or just a good scare, find yourself on a Tennessee farm with picktnproducts.org.
and by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, Southern Sustainable Agriculture Research and Education. Connecting the grower to the buyer, the country to the city, and smart shopping with a healthy lifestyle. It's Live Green Tennessee.
Hello, I'm your host Melinda Kiefer, and I'm proud to bring you stories from across our great state on tonight's Live Green Tennessee. With several farmers markets all over our state, many Tennesseans are able to enjoy fresh, locally grown fruits and vegetables all year long. Most of us are used to waking up early to ensure that we get all our local fare before the farmers leave for the day. But with hectic schedules, sometimes it's hard to make it to the market during the day. The Nashville Farmers Market has provided a solution to this with their monthly night market. Once a month, Tennesseans flock to the market where they are treated to fresh produce, live entertainment, and can even sip on a glass of wine. Over the past year, the number of shoppers and vendors has grown tremendously to make night market one of the best parties in town.
Welcome to Night Market. Once a month, all of our farmers, artisans, merchants, and our restaurants and shops inside get together on a Friday night, and basically we have what is a Saturday market, but under the stars. We have the beautiful Capitol in the background. Night Market's been one of the most fun things ever. It kind of came out of the idea of me thinking about, okay, if I could shop any way possible, what would it be? And I could only imagine at night with a glass of wine in my hand. It's a very relaxed environment. People are swapping recipes. It's a special event in community and really growing local.
My name is Stephanie Waring, and I am the owner of Juice Nashville. My husband and I are here at the Nashville Night Market, and we're selling our fresh pressed raw juice. What makes us unique is that we are state of Tennessee's only raw pressed juicery. What that means is we press our juice fresh in the morning. We don't add water, we don't add sugar, we don't have preservatives. All you're getting are the fresh fruits and vegetables the way you're really supposed to have them. All of our produce that we use, we try to make sure that we secure it from Tennessee farmers first and foremost. However, because pineapples don't grow in Tennessee, there are a lot of times that we have to go outside and look for reputable, fresh sources for our produce. So you can find our juices right now in Nashville farmers markets. We come to the night market, which is fantastic. But then we also come to the daytime markets on Saturday. We can't tell you which one we do better because we sell it every time we're here. Just take your chance and come down and see us.
My name's Kathleen Cotter. I have an artisan cheese stand here at the Nashville Farmers Market. It's called the Bloomy Rind, and I specialize in handcrafted, all-natural, artisanal cheeses made here in the States only, no imported cheeses. And I also specialize in cheeses of the Southeast and really try to find those smaller producers who aren't as widely distributed, so I tend to have some unique, fun cheeses that you won't find everywhere else. Once a month on Friday nights, we're here at Night Market for just 2 quick hours, but it's just a really fun vibe. It varies a little bit from daytimes when I'm typically here on Saturday mornings, which tends to be a little more of the grocery shopping crowd, plus some tourists. So Friday nights, people get off work and they have a glass of wine and they're just in a good mood. And some go ahead and do their grocery shopping, which I think, grocery shopping with a cocktail and some live music, what's better than that, right? Just a little bit different. Both are fabulous, and we're lucky to have a farmer's market like this in town.
The night market is 1 year old today. We're enjoying the anniversary. Night market is every third Friday night of the month. We try to have a wide selection of vendors, and the customers have been wonderful. They've really embraced the Nashville Farmers Market and night market, and they enjoy the food, the variety, the camaraderie that find down here. We have everything from freshly made marshmallows to cheeses to beer to wine. You name it, we have it down here.
This is a whole new customer. I mean, I bet every time we've done this, about 60% of people I've talked to have never been to a farmer's market before.
So it's really enjoyable to see Nashville embracing really good, unique, homemade, locally made foods.
My name is Elizabeth Spinelli. My husband Robert Spinelli is our chef, and we have a local business here in Nashville where we do catering, and we've started to jar different items, and we use a lot of local and organic ingredients and really try to focus on more of a fine dining approach. And so we've got some different unique items that we have created for you and that we sell here at the market every Saturday. For instance, we have a balsamic onion marmalade, and we're using local onions that were grown. Or we have pickled green tomatoes that we've bought from local farmers here in Nashville. We also smoke our own bacon. We buy bacon from Wedge Oak Farms, which is in Lebanon, Tennessee, and we smoke it and cure it ourselves. And so there's a lot of, it's a lot of fun to try to meet with different farmers, and it's been a really good experience for us being here in Nashville and being able to meet with the different farmers here at the market and then utilize their products in our own little creations. We've really enjoyed the night market. We've discovered that the night market has almost a different crowd than we see on Saturdays. Saturdays we get a lot of tourists and that sort of thing, as well as some locals. But on Friday nights we find people that really have a true interest in using local ingredients, and more of a foodie, I suppose, someone that really has an interest in what we're doing here and trying to create different flavors and things that we're putting together. So it's going in a good direction.
My name's Dustin Noble. My wife and I own Noble Springs Dairy in Franklin, Tennessee. We own and operate a goat dairy and also a cheese plant and a goat milk bottling plant. So we take the cheese or the milk that we produce on our farm and turn it into artisan cheeses and bottled milk to sell to the general public in the Nashville area. It seems like a lot of people come out, kind of a starting point for the night being a Friday night. They'll come out and have a glass of wine and, go around and taste some products, whether it's cheeses or sweets or salsas and things like that. And then after the event, they'll head downtown and go, have dinner or go out for the evening. So it's been a great marketing opportunity as well as a good sales opportunity too. We sell some products and we meet new customers, whether it's just the general public or maybe people with the food service industry that may use our products at their restaurant or stores that they may own. So it's been a good experience for us.
And it's really just an event to get the community together, the food and farming community, the crafter community, the Nashville Farmers Market community, and most of all, the Nashville and surrounding areas. It's so exciting to watch people really just discover what farmers markets and special things in Tennessee that we have here that they're not going to find when they go to their kind of big box chain grocery store. So it's been very exciting for us, and they do come back. It just kind of takes once, and then they find a way to come back to the market, and that's been great for everyone.
With Tennesseans shifting towards a greener lifestyle, it is common to see more and more houses being built or renovated to leave less of an impact on the environment. One house in Knoxville, Tennessee has been retrofitted incorporating sustainable practices such as water efficiency, CO2 emission reductions, energy savings, and more. What makes this house so unique, though, is that it was built in the 1880s. Recently, Live Green Tennessee visited with Executive Director Kim Trent, who explained what went into making the greenhouse in this story brought to us by Chris Smith of East Tennessee Public Television.
Knox Heritage's greenhouse, which was originally built in the 1880s. It was transformed in the 1980s to be the energy house for the 1982 World's Fair, and now it's been transformed again using the latest energy-saving technology and building practices that combine energy efficiency with historic preservation. Most people don't think of historic houses as being energy efficient or comfortable, but we set out with this project as a demonstration to prove that it can be. We used the latest materials that were available for insulation, new double-hung wood windows since the original windows had been removed. We also have the most energy efficient heat pump that's on the market today, and managed to incorporate solar power and solar hot water into the project so that we can demonstrate combining our old houses with the latest technology that people expect today. A lot of people have always said that historic preservation is the ultimate recycling, since we recycle entire buildings. And in this case, we use parts that were recycled, and it's something that anyone can do that owns a historic house that wants to put back some character that they might have lost. We recycled the hardwood floors. They're oak from a building downtown that didn't need them. The trim and the doors came from other buildings where codes issues had those removed. And it was really a fun moment when we were doing the design process, because we knew we wanted stained glass windows at the front of the house to really pop out some historic details. And at our committee meeting, our board chair at the time popped on his iPhone and went to eBay and found us 2 matching stained glass windows, which would have been impossible if we'd hunted through shops here. So the house is filled with recycled materials, from architectural salvage to recycled cellulose in the walls, and we tried to incorporate that whole ethic throughout the entire construction project, even making sure that all the materials within the house were either produced or transported from within a 500-mile radius of the site. We completed the house as part of our Vintage Homes program that we've been operating since 1999, and this is our 10th project, and we're proud that we've now invested over $2 million in inner city Knoxville neighborhoods, rescuing blighted historic houses and getting them back into the hands of owners who love them and take care of them.
My name's George Young.
And I'm Cammie Young, and we live in the greenhouse, and we are grateful and proud to be here. We've been here since May of this year. We knew that we were going to be moving to East Tennessee from Jacksonville after 20 years, and we decided it's time to start looking for a place to live. And there were 3 things that were important to us that we knew we would be looking for. One was that it would be in the downtown area of Knoxville. The other is that it would be an historic home. And finally, the most important one was we made a commitment for it to be environmentally sustainable. And so I Googled those 4 words: environmentally sustainable, downtown Knoxville, and the 5th, historic. And a whole page full of Google search items came up, and they were all about the greenhouse and Knox Heritage.
As Cammie said, we found the greenhouse, and my initial impressions had a lot to do with the excitement that we saw of all the people involved about the plan and the project, of all these great people working together to show how this retrofit project of an old house could be done and to be environmentally sustainable, which is an important part in terms of our faith life of being good stewards of the environment. It is important to us, besides the stewardship value of that it's a financially responsible thing to do with the solar power, providing all of our hot water, and providing a little bit of sell-back electricity to the city of Knoxville. We feel good about that. The windows are special windows. The home is so tightly insulated, in fact, that we have to run a fan for 10 minutes out of every 30 minutes to get fresh air into the house, because it is absolutely so tight. It keeps temperature comfortable all the time, insulated from noise, which is not an insignificant factor in this downtown area. But the house has a lot of charm. It's been here for over 100 years. It has a sort of mixed sense of being an old home, but having a lot of new things about it too, and we feel very good about that.
Kind of picking up on what George said about it being a community project that people from all over this community and the state and the country were excited about collaborating on. It's satisfying to have not only state-of-the-art technology, but also to have the wood that was reclaimed from the old school floors in an abandoned schoolhouse, that nothing's gone to waste, that things are all from within a certain mile radius of this community, so that it's a part of the community. It's not something that's been imported to be efficient from somewhere else. It's using what we have here to make the best possible choices for efficiency and for being good stewards. I mean, the bottom line is be probably best all around if we all just learn to live more simply, but that is a difficult thing to do, to live in the summer without air conditioning or in the winter without heating. Those are choices that we haven't been able to make yet, but in the meanwhile, to be able to be part of thinking about how everyone can do something to contribute to having less of a carbon footprint that does more to make resources available to everybody is really important to us, and this was something we could do. I guess my advice to anybody who was thinking about buying a new home, and in particular a green home, is to be clear about that that's what you intend and intentionally want to find and to invest in, that the market will respond to the demand, and if we're clear about that this is the way we want to live differently, then there'll be more homes built like this, and the technology will be advanced as they get better and better at figuring out what works well.
In fall, it is common to see school children learning and playing on several farms throughout Tennessee. Whether it's picking their own pumpkin or enjoying a hayride, it gives the children an opportunity to learn about farm life and why agriculture is so important to our state. But what about those children who are unable to attend or may even have never set foot on a farm? Enter Party Animals Incorporated, where they bring the farm to you. With a wide variety of animals including sheep, llamas, miniature donkeys, chickens, and more, Party Animals Incorporated provides education on all types of farm animals and their importance to agriculture. This USDA-inspected, family-owned and operated business promises to deliver heaps of fuzzy, furry fun.
Well, years ago when my father-in-law retired from dairy farming, and it wasn't by choice, his health was bad, but he wanted something to do that would, that would give him still working with animals, and he loved kids. So he got to collecting first some goats, and then we found some Watusis, and that was just that got them for him for Christmas, and he just fell in love with them. Then he bought some fallow deer, and then he went on into other things. And he liked to had a little donkey he'd put in the back of his pickup truck and take to schools and let the kids pet the donkey. And it was just, really made him very happy.
Party Animals Inc. started about 11 years ago. We're a USDA licensed zoo. My best friend and I have worked this together. Her father-in-law actually helped get the whole ball rolling on it. He got some Watusis and some Boer goats when he retired from the dairy business. And one thing led to another, and we picked up fallow deer. And I used to raise rabbits, a lot of rabbits, and people got to asking us to bring stuff to birthday parties. So we'd load up a pickup truck full of barnyard animals and take them to people's house, and they just had a ball with it. And then the light bulb went off, and we thought, wow, we could make a little money doing this. And that's sort of how we got started, and now we travel to 4 or 5 different states with our zoo, which incorporates both domestic and exotic animals. We try to be educational. We try to let people know where milk comes from, where beef comes from, and have fun at the same time.
There are so many children in the world that we used to have the kindergarten kids when our children were young. We had the kindergartens every year from whatever class they were in. We'd have them come out to the farm, and we'd take them through the dairy barn. And we'd convince the kids, teasing them that the chocolate milk comes from the brown cows and white milk comes from the other cows. And we would show them that. And that got us kind of caught on the bug of messing with children. And then we just kind of continued on with that. We want to make sure that kids have a concept of what agriculture is. You know, we try so hard to make them understand that, you know, you don't just walk in a store and that's where you pick up your food. You know, if the farmers weren't out here growing it, then they wouldn't have something to eat.
We go from one end of the spectrum to the other, although we all like cattle. Any type of cattle we sort of have a weakness for. We have Brahma, we have bison, we have water buffalo, we have zebus, which are a miniature cow from India. We've got Scottish Highlanders, which are a long-haired breed of dual-purpose cows. They're for milk and for beef. We've got yaks. I think that covers most of of course, then we've got dairy cattle. We've got Jerseys, Holsteins, stuff like that. Then we've got porcupines, and we've got both of African and North American porcupines. We've got a Patagonian cavies, Cotamundis, 54-year-old sulcata tortoise that weighs about 84 pounds. His name's Crusher. Then we go to the other end. We've got Suffolk sheep to show people, you know, what a sheep that produces wool looks like. And then we have Shetland sheep, which are a smaller breed. We have pygmy goats, which are a small breed of dairy goat. We've got potbelly pigs, a little bit of everything. Of course, we're all horse lovers by start, so we've got from miniature horses up to draft horses.
Well, we have our animals scattered over several different farms, and next to the side of the road we have our adult camel and the herd of Watusi and Z-donk, which is half zebra and half donkey. And there are black marks all over the road next to where they're at, because people are constantly going by and they stop, and you know, so suddenly, and they back up. And did I just see a donkey? Did I just see a camel? And they'll come up and talk to us. And from that, they go tell somebody else, and then they'll get our phone number and stuff, and they'll call us, and they'll come out. And that just gets it started. And then from there, we try to teach them that there's more, you know, than just the exotic animals. And when we give them a tour of the farm, we let them each of the different locations. We make sure that they learn about the dairy, they learn about the beef industry, they learn about the, you know, everything of where their food comes from, and they get to see all aspects of it.
This year we went to Birmingham, Alabama, and like I told you, we do have a African crested porcupine. And porcupines tend to be diggers and gnawers, and she gnawed her way out of the cage. So we had a little excitement. The people started hollering, "Oh, the porcupine's loose." But fortunately, my partner and I were able to jump the fence and get her caught. And the chicken story, I think, is the cutest. We took some chickens into an inner city in Nashville, and I was explaining to the kids where eggs came from and stuff, and oddly enough, one of the hens laid an egg. And one young man there looked real hard at that egg and looked back at that chicken, and he said, "I will never eat another egg as long as I live." So we really had a lot of hard time trying to explain to him, you know, where eggs came from.
They had started the Delta Fair and Music Festival in Memphis. Well, we did that for 2 or 3 years, and we just really enjoyed it. You go there and stay 10 days, and you met people of all kinds, especially a lot of city people, and we enjoyed teaching them about what we were doing. And now we travel into 4 or 5 different states, and we really enjoy. You meet so many nice people that have no clue what animals are or anything about them, and they're amazed that you have a swamp buffalo that will eat out of your hand, you know, and they're so huge. They're amazed that watching them, the little kids feed the animals bottles. You know, that just tears the little kids all to pieces to feed the baby animals bottles.
We hope you'll join us next time on Live Green Tennessee, when we'll feature new stories and bring you more exciting news about Tennessee markets, farmers and businesses who are making the move to eating fresh and living green possible for us all. Right here next time on Live Green Tennessee.
This program is brought to you in part by
Tennessee Department of Agriculture. This fall, there's fun worth finding just about every day at Tennessee farms, farmers markets, fairs, and festivals. You'll find corn mazes, pig races, farm animals and friendly faces, honey to eat, and fall colors that are a feast for the eyes. Whether you're looking for the perfect pumpkin or just a good scare, find yourself on a Tennessee farm with picktnproducts.org.
And by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, Southern Sustainable Agriculture Research and Education,